Welcome back. In our previous module, we was discussing about close packing of spheres. So we was discussing about close packing of spheres. I had told you that for close packing of spheres, two basic assumptions are done. First, constituent particles or points, they have been considered as the hard spheres and they try to accommodate maximum space available for packing. So these are the two basic things that we should keep in the mind while we are understanding it. In close packing of spheres, actual packing is a three-dimensional packing, but a 3D packing can be understood first by understanding 1D packing, one-dimensional packing, 2D packing, two-dimensional packing, and finally how this two-dimensional packing gives rise to actual three-dimensional packing which is present in the compounds. So 1D means it has got only length, then 2D means length and width, then 3 dimension means length, width and height. All the three are present. In one-dimensional packing, I told you that spheres are joined in adjacent to each other in a head to tail manner. Then in two-dimensional packing, there are two different arrangements possible. One is square close packing and other is hexagonal close packing. Now these two-dimensional packings, square close packing and hexagonal close packing, they give rise to actual three-dimensional packing which is observed in different compounds. So let us see them one by one. Now in square close packing, these are the first row spheres and these are the second row spheres. This is third row sphere. So all spheres are properly aligned with each other and each sphere or any sphere is touching to four different spheres 1, 2, 3 and 4, and when their centers are joined in this way, a square is formed. Thereby this packing is called as square close packing. Now when this square close packing is extended to third dimension, length, width, done. Now when this is extended to third dimension, particles of second row, they are perfectly aligned with the particles of first row. If this is the place of first sphere in the first row, then this is the space or place of sphere in the second row. In the similar way, third row, fourth row, fifth row, the spheres are stocked at one above each other. And that is how when it is extended in the third direction, it gives rise to actual 3D packing which is called as simple cubic lattice, where a primitive cubic unit cell is present. So if this first row is called as A, if the arrangement of spheres of first row is termed as A, then the spheres of second row is also A. Then the spheres of third row are also has got same arrangement. In throughout the crystal, all spheres of first row, second row, third row, nth row, they are aligned with each other and spaces are also aligned with each other. So this is called as, this gives rise to a type packing, and this is called as simple cubic lattice. All the spheres are same. If A is the arrangement of spheres of first row, then it is of second row, then it is of third row, fourth row onwards. This is called simple cubic lattice. This is actually an inefficient way of packing. Here packing fraction is only 52%. That means what? Out of total space available, only 52% space is occupied and 48% space is vacant. Now let us consider how hexagonal close packing gives to the three-dimensional structure. These are the spheres of first row, 1D. When it is extended to the second direction, then spheres of second row are placed here in the grooves of first row, and this second row is different from the spheres of first row. Then again the third row spheres are aligned with the spheres of first row. And herein any sphere is actually in contact with 6 different spheres. If I consider this sphere as a middle sphere, then this sphere is in contact with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 spheres. And when centers of these spheres are joined with each other in this way, a hexagon is formed, and this is called as hexagonal close packing. This is two-dimensional hexagonal close packing. Now here, if we consider these 3 spheres, so there is a space which is called a void. This is first row or row of spheres present at ground level. Now once it is extended to 3 dimension, how second layer of spheres can be stocked? Now stocking of second row of spheres is done in the way that it covers these voids in this way. So these are the spheres of first row and this sphere is of second row. So once stocking of second row is complete, there are 2 different situations arises. One in which these 3 are the spheres of first row and this is the sphere of second row. Spheres that are drawn with a solid line, they are the spheres of first row, and sphere that I had drawn here with the help of this dotted line is the sphere of second row. And this type of void which is formed in here is called a tetrahedral void. Now there is another situation that these are the spheres of first row. They created a hole. Now these are the spheres of second row, and they also created a void. And actually here a void is produced which is combination of two voids. Void which is pointing downwards and is being formed by the spheres of first row, and another void which is formed by the spheres of second row and that points upward. So this combination of two voids is called octahedral void. So once in hexagonal closed packing, first row of once only there it is a two-dimensional packing. Then first row of spheres has got only one type of voids, that is tetrahedral voids. But once the stocking of second row of spheres is complete, second row has got two type of voids. One is called a tetrahedral void and other is called an octahedral void. An octahedral void is actually combination of two tetrahedral voids in which one is pointing downwards and other is pointing upwards. So that is how the second row of spheres is stocked. Now stocking of third row can be done in two different ways. This first row and second row remains same in each case, but it is the spheres of third row that makes the difference. If spheres of third row are started stocking by placing it at tetrahedral void of second row, then third row is actually identical with the spheres of first row, and this gives rise to a crystal lattice which is called as hexagonal closed packed structure. So if first row is called as A, then second row is B, and third row is again A, and fourth row is again B. And this type of arrangement is called hexagonal close packing. There is another way in which spheres of third row are stacked in a way that they covers the octahedral voids of second row, and in that case spheres of third row has got a different alignment to that of first and second row, and spheres of fourth row is identical to that of first row, and this is called as an ABC arrangement or cubic close packing. And both of these packings are highly efficient. Almost 74% of available space is occupied by the spheres. Only 26% place is vacant, while in case of simple cubic lattice, which is obtained by square closed two-dimensional packing, this efficiency is only 52%. Let me summarize it once again so that you can properly understand this. So again, before I move forward to the next topic, let me take this opportunity to revise the close packing of spheres. As I told you that for understanding the close packing of spheres, spheres are treated as hard spheres. Sphere means constituent particle, the molecule, the atom or ion. They are treated as hard spheres and they try to accommodate the maximum space available for packing. Now, actual packing of crystal is a three-dimensional packing. But a three-dimensional packing can only be understood by first understanding one-dimensional packing, then understanding a two-dimensional packing, then understanding to three-dimensional packing. Now in one-dimensional packing, spheres are arranged side by side and where each sphere touches two spheres. Now when this 1D packing is extended to 2D, then there are two possible arrangements. One which is called square close packing. In square close packing, each sphere touches four different spheres, and when centers of these spheres are joined with each other, a square close packing is now when this square close packing is extended to 3 dimension, then second row, third row, fourth row, all the rows are in perfect alignment with the first row, and that is how an A type packing is observed. This type is called simple cubic lattice and it is 52% efficient, and here unit cell is primitive or basic cubic unit cell. This is inefficient way. Now there is another way of making two-dimensional packing, in which these are the spheres of first row. So when spheres of second row are made, they are started in the groups of spheres of first row, and then again third row spheres are same to that of first row. This is two-dimensional packing. This is first row, this is second row, and then again this is third row, but it is actually aligned with that of first row. So here each sphere actually touches 6 different spheres in this way, and when their centers are joined with each other, a hexagon is formed, or a hexagonal close packing is formed. Now, when this hexagonal close packing is extended in third row, then now this second row of spheres is stocked above voids of first row, and this results in the formation of two type of voids in second row. One is called tetrahedral void and other is called octahedral void. So once it come to the third row, then if third row is started by covering this tetrahedral void, then the spheres of third row are in alignment with the spheres of first row. If first row is termed as A and spheres of second row is termed as B, then spheres of third row has got identical arrangement to that of spheres of first row, that is A, and an AB type of arrangement is formed, and this is called hexagonal close packing. But if the spheres of third row are placed in such a way that they covers the octahedral voids of second row, then spheres of third row has got altogether different alignment to that of spheres of first row and second row. That means what? First row sphere is has got different arrangement, then second row also has got a different arrangement, and third row also have got a different arrangement. But the spheres of fourth row are same to that of first row. And this type of arrangement or this type of packing is called as cubic close packing. So this is all about close packing of spheres. Let us try to understand it in a different way. Now I am trying to explain the same thing in a bit different way. Now I am going to draw here wherein spheres of one layer is represented by one letter, and you have to identify that what sort of lattice is represented by it. So these are the squares of first row A, 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 A. Now these are the squares of second row B, 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 and these are the squares of third row A, 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 while these are the squares of fourth row. So the squares of first and third row are identical. Squares of second and fourth row are identical in the similar way. Third and fifth, fourth and sixth are identical. So this is actually AB type of arrangement, and this is called as hexagonal close packing. Clear? Now let us see another way. These are the squares of first row, these are the squares of second row, and these are the squares of third row. Then the squares of first row are aligned with the squares of first row, and then B, 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 and then we have C. So this is a different way, this is a different row, and this is also a different row. Then first and fourth, they are identical, second and fifth are identical, and third and sixth row are identical. So this refers to the ABC type arrangement, and this is called cubic close packing. But if this represents squares of first row, this represents squares of second row, this represents the squares of third row, then it is called simple cubic lattice. So I am quite sure that this discussion has made clear how close packing of spheres is done. Simple cubic lattice is comparatively less efficient way of packing. 52% efficiency is there. That means what? Out of total space available, only 52% is occupied. Rest 48% is vacant. But these two methods, cubic close packing and hexagonal close packing, they are highly efficient, and their 74% of space is occupied and only 26% space is vacant. In our next module, I will discuss you that how these packing efficiencies are calculated. Thank you.